What's up, everybody? It's Grim, and you're watching Thrash Maniac 99 Wrestling, Gaming, and Metal videos. Hit the real intro.
What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back to yet another episode of 5 Questions with Levi, where, as usual, every week I answer 5 questions from you guys, my subscribers, who watch my videos and want to ask me pretty much any question you'd like. And without further ado, let's get started with this episode. And I forget what episode it is. I want to say 34. I could be wrong, like an idiot. But hey, let's do this! BlazeLife334 asks, what are your thoughts on the band Rise Against? Well, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of punk music or that kind of style they play, which is like melodic hardcore. I'm not really that much of a punk guy, but I do respect Rise Against and what they do, and they've got a couple songs that I can enjoy. Like, hell, over the last week or so, I've been playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, and they got a song on there called Survive that's pretty catchy and pretty fun to listen to. And from all accounts, from what I hear, the guys in the band are really cool dudes, so totally respect the band, even though I'm not really a punk guy. So that's just more or less how I feel with them. Fat Fuck Behind a Burning Asshole asks, do you plan to make other iRacing leagues, sprint cars, late models, K&N, etc. to add to the lineup of leagues you run? Probably not, because as you can tell, when I tried to do 3 series at once, the Marvel Studios Cup Series, Domino's NXT Series, and Amazon Prime Truck Series, I feel the reason why I gave up on that so quickly is because I felt like I was biting off more than I could chew. Luckily, the Amazon Prime Truck Series still going on for this season only, run by Zach Rogers. I unfortunately couldn't get a replacement for the Domino's NXT series, which is why after Daytona that series was pretty much kaput. But Marvel Studios Cup Series is going to keep going as long as I possibly can keep it going, but I don't plan on doing any other offline leagues or anything like that, because like I said at the beginning of this question, when I was trying to do 3 series at once, I felt like I was biting off more than I could chew. 2 series I could maybe manage, possibly, but 3 series, nah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But if I were to do a second series, it would be the possibility of bringing back the Truck Series for a second season. I haven't completely thought that all the way through yet, but anything can happen at this point. You know, you just gotta keep your fingers crossed, pretty much. So that's pretty much all I've got to say about this question. Daniel Rafael de Jesus asks, what is the second form of cancer in television yearly? Oh boy. What's the second worst form of yearly television cancer to award shows? I would say, yeah, any reality show, insert Jersey Shore, or those teen mom shows, or whatever the hell is on MTV nowadays, or the E! Network. Yeah, fuck reality shows that are that bad. Unless they're actually fun, like Hell's Kitchen, that's a fun show to watch. But yeah, fuck Jersey Shore and fuck Teen Mom and those stupid shows on MTV or the E! Network. Fuck those channels. Mr. Death Metal asks, what are your top 5 grindcore albums? God, that's tough, because grindcore in general it's always been a style of metal and hardcore that's kind of been under my radar, even though I like a lot of stuff in grindcore. But if I were to have to choose my 5 favorite albums, number 1 for me would be World Downfall by Terrorizer, even though I consider that more a death grind album. Napalm Death Scum, I really, really like. As Suck Anti-Capital, which is also what I would consider death grind as well. Let's see. Brutal Truths, Extreme Conditions, Demand Extreme Responses, even though that's another death grindish piece of work. And then as far as like a recent grind album I really enjoyed Nails, You'll Never Be One of Us, even though most people would argue it's not grindcore, it's power violence. Then again, grindcore and power violence kind of go hand in hand, and power violence is grindcore with some sludge moments, essentially. That's how I feel. So I would consider Nails a grindcore-esque band. So I would say those would be my 5 favorite grind albums right there. Daily988 asks, how do you feel All Elite Wrestling's chances are at being direct competition to the WWE in about 5-10 years? Well, from the rumors I've been hearing about a potential TV deal they could get with TBS, that sounds like a bit of a stretch, I know, because we know what happened the last time wrestling was on any Turner network, WCW, and the networks didn't want anything to do with them, as I see a bug flying in here that I'm going to have to take care of soon. But if somehow TBS or the Turner networks are willing to take on wrestling again, I'm all for AEW to go to the Turner networks and be direct competition to WWE, but there's a lot of other factors you got to put into place for All Elite Wrestling to really be in direct competition. They got to get the right talent. They got to get the right financial management staff, and they got to find the right bookers and writers and stuff like that. And if they can work out a game plan to make it all about the actual wrestling and tell good stories, then they've got a good chance to compete with WWE. Then again, it's stretching it a little bit. It's going to take them some time, but the other upside to AEW potentially being direct competition to WWE is that we'll finally perhaps get a slight boom period for wrestling to where WWE will start stepping up their game and write good storylines and book great matches for us that we want to watch. And we could see some enthralling television once again for pro wrestling. So I want to be optimistic about All Elite Wrestling building up an audience and getting the right talent, the right bookers and writers, the right management staff, and hopefully get a major television deal, and we could see Monday Night War 2. I don't know. But then again, like I said, it's kind of stretching it a little bit. So I want to be optimistic, but we'll just have to see what happens. And that does it for this episode of 5 Questions with Levi, and I forgot to mention in the beginning, if you guys want to ask me a question for next week's episode, be sure to send them in the comments section below. But until next time, peace out, and have a good day.